I give the call to the honourable member for Solomon.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I rise this morning to speak on a very important issue in my electorate. On the 12th of October 2011, Minister Roxton issued a media statement which I'm sure she was hoping was going to go unnoticed. The reason why, it was another Labor broken election promise. As we already know, the Gillard Labor Government broke its biggest election promise with the carbon tax when it was introduced and passed through the House of Representatives. This is despite the Prime Minister saying 5 days before the election there will be no carbon tax under the government I lead. Now, we all know that this government has an integrity issue, which was further demonstrated by Minister Roxton dumping the promised GP super clinic for Darwin's northern suburbs. While it's no secret I didn't support the proposed GP super clinic, I believe the $5 million should be used to expand and improve current health services for Darwin and Palmerston residents. This is a sentiment that the Northern Territory Parliament shares with me. Now, how do I know? Well, it passed a motion that the $5 million not be used for a GP super clinic, but rather be used to improve medical services, including getting more doctors in the Territory. So I call on the Henderson Labor Government to stand up to the Gillard Labor Government with me and demand that the promised $5 million be quarantined for use in the Territory for new programs that will expand and improve health services for the people of Solomon. Now, Shadow Minister Peter Dutton and I recently met with a number of organisations who also support the $5 million being quarantined for use in the Territory, further noting it must be used for new programs. It was interesting that Minister Roxton had known since July that there were no applications for the GP super clinic in Darwin's northern suburbs, but waited until Carbon Tax Day, or as some might call it, Australia's Betrayal Day, to make the announcement. It is the Gillard Labor Government's responsibility to deliver on these promises. Now, I remind both Minister Roxton and Territory Labor members that this commitment is a Labor election promise, and it is up to Labor to deliver on its promise. The Prime Minister said she will honour all election promises, all Labor election promises. With that said, the Gillard Labor Government must honour the $5 million commitment made by Minister Roxton and the former Labor member for Solomon. Now, as I've said, I didn't support the proposed GP super clinic. I support investment into existing services to improve and expand them. Now, let's remember that I am a member of the opposition, and it is my job to hold the Gillard Labor Government to account, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, and that's what my electorate expect of me. They want me to demand that Minister Roxton honour her commitment of $5 million so it can be used to develop, expand and improve existing medical services for Darwin and Palmerston residents. Now, I've asked for a meeting with the Minister to discuss funding options, and to date, no response from her office, and that is very disappointing. What medically deprived areas need is more doctors, not just buildings. New buildings are great, but if they're not well staffed, then what's the point? Too many of our GP super clinics have been a terrible disappointment when it comes to actually getting more health services into local areas. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.